Hello again. My name is John and I am a nobody. If you play support for a more famous artist or band, you will not get the complete sound system. You will not get the complete lights. There will be a few problems attached. In my first band, we used to do a lot of support for famous people, and one of the things we learned was that we would always get ripped off because, in a way, the manager we had, who was very good at booking gigs, was very astute, but he was not stupid. So he would take 20% of everything that we earned. So we'd get money from the record company to do a support, in this case a tour, but our manager would take 20% of it. So at the end of the tour, we'd always be 20% down. We'd owe him 20% of what we'd earned. So it was not maybe a great deal for us, but we did get to play with famous people. And one of the bands we played with was the Boomtown Rats, who were at the time very famous. They had a hit single with I Don't Like Mondays, and they could, fill these big places. So we were booked to do their entire German tour, which we did. And we were playing in Berlin, and it was in the Congress Hall in Berlin, which is, huge. But, we'd done big places before. And we went on stage, everything was fine. The sound crew seemed to like us, which was important. So the Boomtown Rats sound crew seemed to approve of us. And everything was fine. There were lots of people, of course. But the only thing that I really remember from that tour is that nobody came out to say hello apart from one person. And that one person was a man called Bob Geldof, who was the singer. And on the first day of the tour, he came out to say hello to all of us. And I remember thinking, that's a nice gesture. So just to come out on stage from backstage and to say hello to the support band, I thought was a nice gesture. So thank you very much for that, Bob. It doesn't matter what you think of Bob Geldof, that was still a nice thing to do, and I've never forgotten it. So there's not a lot in this short story. We did the tour, everything was fine. We came back home safely. We owed money after the entire tour had been completed. We did actually do a couple of encores, which is quite unusual for a support band to do an encore. There was, many years later, there was actually the possibility of doing a support gig for the Rolling Stones with Nicky Sudden, but it never came to fruition, which was probably just as well. It's supposed to be horrible playing support for the Stones because the audience want to hear Stones songs. They don't want to hear what a support band is doing. As it turned out, we never did it, so that's not the story. Well, I hope you enjoyed this very short clip, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe consider, I can't remember what it's called now, but clicking on something, because there are lots more stories coming still, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, take care of yourself and those you love, and all the very best to you. Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky is a word I made up, actually. It's not a real word. Don't worry about it. Okay, take care.